Hello, my name is Trevon Thomas, and this is my Visit a Religious Institute presentation. I decided to visit the Islamic Society of South Atlanta. I originally had used the Masjid Al Quran in Atlanta, but they never got back to me. And they did it. They had tours, but since they never got back to me, I decided to change it up and go to one kind of closer to me. It was located in Stockbridge. It was an interesting location because in order to get to it, it was kind of behind some buildings, so it was very private and secluded. I thought that was pretty cool. You can't see in, but they could see out. Luckily, the day I went, there was a guy who happened to be walking in because the two major prayers they have are at 6:20 in the morning, and I want to say 9:40 at night. And those are the two main ones people go to. So usually throughout the day, it's pretty quiet. And he had happened just to be in there. And so when I walked up to it, they had the code on the door, so I couldn't even get in. So he happened to see me, he let me in, and he said, and it's crazy because he happened to be from Florida, so he knew all about St. Leo. So it was a good experience. It was very easy speaking to him about this. And I would say it was a good experience. I gained a lot of knowledge that I didn't know previously. I want to say most of the work that we read was the same as me speaking to him. It was the same principles. He did explain the different type of Muslims and how you have Sunni Muslims who aren't as strict as others, and then you have Shar. I think I want to say Shar. I can't remember exactly what it is, but they're by the book. So it's harder to talk to them about certain things, and they're less accepting of certain things. Also, I noticed when I walked inside there, I had two separate sides, one for men and one for women. And he explained to me as when you pray, you don't want to be distracted. And it kind of was interesting because when you go to other churches, like a Christian church, men and women, sometimes you hear, like, I'm coming here to look for a decent man or a decent woman. Wow. In Islam religion, they don't want that kind of thoughts while in their mode of praying, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Trying to get this all together. I'm not the best at doing videos. So, I want to say I spoke to a guy named Hassan El Alim from Florida. He was originally Christian, and he sat down and he explained everything about the religion. He told me how he felt that sometimes it was almost unfair the way they portrayed them in the news. And I did think that was pretty interesting because you don't hear much about other religions in the news as far as, doing radical terrorist things. So that was one. He explained to me the peaceful of the religion, how the similarities between all religions really are, especially between Christians and Islam. It's almost the same. And, Islam, they do believe in Jesus. They do believe he will come back one day. They believe in angels, but they also believe that angels are just doing as they're told, and that the devil was not an angel because he would never have rebelled against God, which I thought was an interesting concept because angels are only to do what they are told to do. That was pretty good. Now, as far as this visit, it affected me different because I started looking at Islam in a different light. Because to finally meet somebody who really had time to talk about it and be comfortable, because he had just came from a run, and the fact that he took time to really speak to me about it says a lot. And his vibe and how peaceful he was about it and how he made me feel like he said everybody was born Muslim because Allah is God and everybody is born of God. And I thought that was very interesting too. And I wish other people knew that Islam was a very peaceful religion and it's not as bad as people might think. It's honestly just a way of life. There's nothing negative about it. You just pray, you come together. Even when you do Ramadan, you're not starving yourself. You just eat when the sun goes down, which seems like a lot, but it's discipline, and we all need discipline in different areas. So that's all I have to say. This kind of took me out of my comfort zone a little bit, but it was well worth it. Thank you.